It's semi-final time here in Blackpool. Cole Bedford about to break off. He's playing his mate, Marc Fleming. I'm Tony Holgate, and with me is Nick Finn. And didn't we see some fireworks earlier from Cole Bedford?
Yeah, we did. That was a very entertaining, in fact, 4 very entertaining quarterfinals. But that was a highlight for me. I thought it was a brilliant match.
Ousting the world champion 7-6.
Yeah.
But my word, did he go through the emotions?
Yeah.
All of them. Probably in the same frame. But Marc Fleming, he's been fantastic. Took out Tom Cousins in the first round, the number 1. I did think, can he maintain that sort of form? Well, he has shown everyone he can.
Yeah, very consistent over the whole weekend. He's had a lot of tough games, in fairness. A lot of tough games. In his quarterfinal was the same against Carl Morris. Was behind in that match early doors.
This, of course, is our first semi-final. Following this, we will have Craig Waddingham. And he had an impressive win, didn't he, as well?
Yeah, very
beating
much so.
Stevie Dempsey. Yeah. And he's going to be up against Scott Gillespie, the European Open champion. And he's probably, like the guys were saying there just on the intro, the man that is probably looking the best player at the moment. But, well, I think it's hard to pick. When I was looking actually on the the bookies, the odds as I came into the arena, and they've got Scott Gillespie and Marc Fleming are both at 6-4.
Wow.
Bedford 7-2. I think Waddingham's 4s, something like that. But it's I thought,
it's the weight of the money from Scotland coming down, isn't it? It's they've been known to like a punt now and again.
Yeah, but they're making Marc Fleming a slight favourite here against Cole.
Yeah. He got that 8 ball out earlier, but it's not in a great position. He's just resigned himself to the fact that he's going to double it.
Of course, potentially could be an all-Scotland final.
Could indeed, yeah.
If Marc were to win and Scott Gillespie to join him by beating Craig Waddingham, would be an all-Scottish final. But a long, long way to go before we'd be talking about that. Fleming now leaving himself the double into the centre.
He's landed pretty well on it as well.
Looks to be potting really well. Loves the tables, by the way. I had a little chat with him earlier. So how you finding him? I said, well, I know what your response is going to be, being issue in the semi-final. But yeah, he said he loves them. Loves them. And why wouldn't you when you're finishing like that? And it's Marc Fleming. Starts us off in a flurry. Oof. A crunching break there from Marc Fleming. And look at that split.
Monster.
The yellows look the favourable colour.
Threw himself into that.
Oh, he did. There was no holding back, was there?
No, he's given that the full beans. Be interesting if Cole sticks with the cut break. He's been cut breaking all weekend, and it's really been working well for him. But if it suddenly dries up here, he's going to have to change.
Well, he had a little blip with it in the middle of the game against Ronan McCarthy, but then he sort of came back at the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we found out he wasn't consistently hitting the same ball. So one or two of them, he was hitting the second ball, and he wasn't getting the same sort of split.
Yeah.
You know, it was basically, if he did pot a ball, it was the last ball that was rolling on the table, rather than when you punch that cut break, you want balls immediately into the pocket.
Yeah. It's so important to get it off that first connection, because you don't get the same burst as you do with the front ball break. So if you don't make a ball earlier on, you're not likely to get. There's less chance that you're going to get one in the kind of the aftermath.
Cole Bedford sat there looking rather regal. The expression on his face. He's not had a go at anything yet, so he'll be desperate to get to the table in this semi-final.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that Marc Fleming has made 2 very good clearances. Cole, you say, he's done nothing wrong so far. He can just... No point getting frustrated or getting annoyed. Just wait for your chances to come and take them when they do. That's what you
just
can
hitting
do.
the ball very cleanly is Fleming.
He looks fabulous.
He does look fabulous, I have to say. And I know he's a tremendous potter anyway, but he just looks superb.
Yeah, really settled. Yeah, trading places with Yannick Bothies for a number of years for that #1 spot. That's the break that he was looking for. That's the break.
Well, he has to take red just simply because where the black is. Mention all the reds on one side of the table, all the yellows just dotted around on the other.
The yellows are absolute dollies, but as you say, the 8-ball doesn't go. If there was a power for that 8-ball, he'd definitely be going for yellows here, but you're absolutely right. He's got to take reds. Either set should pose a problem though, let's be honest.
Well, he's 2-0 down. This is his first, hand on table in amongst the balls. So we are going to get a gist of how Cole is feeling. And if he can replicate the finishes he was knocking against Ronan McCarthy earlier today. That one at 6-all was incredible finish. It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Had to nudge a couple of balls out and in position and a couple of really big pots.
Just not quite there.
Wanted a bit more angle, but I think he can just force it out just enough.
I don't know, I think he's dead straight. Don't think he likes this at all. The trouble is you can't pinch these pockets at all. Yeah, he's left this wide now, so...
Well, he just wants to... If he clips this in here, if he can clip the red half ball that's on the rail, it will nudge it out into a potable position. That's it, perfect.
Very, very nice touch.
Right, Struve out low the left-hand side off that side rail and fizz the cue ball up into the middle of the table.
Yeah, no point going forward here. Too many yellows in the path.
There you see the spin.
That works. He's got the gap to... Well, he's slightly hampered, but he's fine. There's enough there to get his hand down, get the bridge.
Well, it's black for Cole Bedford to get underway on the scoreboard.
Well, there's a long bridge.
And in it goes, and Cole Bedford fires in a break and finish. Well, this is living up to its top billing.
The guys are over there now running a little competition between amateur players and Tier 2 players.
That'll be Aidan out there, won't it? And Scott, all the guys. Yeah, they're great fun. They are great fun to be around. It's quite energetic.
It is.
Especially if Aidan's there.
Yeah, and Lewis Hobbs as well.
Lewis,
and it's really good fun. It's light-hearted. And tomorrow we're gonna find one of the matches in the last 32, one of the big ones that's not on the main arena table. And we're gonna stick it on TikTok tomorrow. So that'll be the first time that we've managed to get a game.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I think it's going to be good fun.
Yeah, excellent stuff. It is a nice buzz out around the hotel with all the stuff going on, and
it's nice because obviously we're in a little side room. We're secluded. We don't get to see much. But out there, you're out in the open. You've got the whole foyer in front of you and loads of people milling around.
And anybody can go and have a go.
Yeah,
and it is good fun. So if anybody's in the area, go down there. You want to say hello to Aidan, who is out there running the show. Also commercial director of Ultimate Pool. He'll be out there as well. Scott Ryan.
Yeah. Scott's out there commentating.
Go say hello to Scott.
They love interacting with the chat box. So get on there and give them a bit of stick.
Well, this is going to be a little bit of a slower frame than we've seen previously.
Yeah, messy old table, this one. I think you'd rather be reds here, but...
Well, two of them need to be moved.
Yeah.
You can play this red that's on over the right-hand corner. You can play it off The other red in it, that'll bring that one out, but it's the other one that's a bit of a sticky one. Wants to come up a bit further. I'll tell you what he's looking at. He's trying to get a little bit further so he had an angle so he could pop that one over the left-hand corner and kick that red into the cluster over the other side and sort of free them all up in one shot. But he still has a bit of angle.
Still just on it, yeah.
And there, who's that? We know who that is. Yeah. That's Marc's brother. Ryan Fleming. Another professional pool player with Ultimate Pool. He'll be willing his brother on.
He's taken these well so far, but that red's just leaked in behind. He would have tried to hold that, but it's just leaked in behind the yellow. So he's got the other red below it, which he can play off of it, but then he just needs to think about where it's all going to travel to. I mean, if he had a better angle, he could have come across and cannoned the yellow, but I think he's going to top it through red. Yeah, top through into the red. He's sat on.
Or is he glued to it a bit? I think he's okay.
It's touching ball. It's no good.
No, I don't think it is. I think you can just clip this. Got to be careful getting the cue out the way, because when the cue ball hits this red, it's going to shoot straight back towards the tip of his cue.
Fiddly little shot, but he played it well. It's fortunate that wasn't touching ball, because that would have been horrible.
He wants to settle himself here on this shot, Marc. And in goes the black ball.
Yeah, that'll hurt Cole a little bit, because I think there was a couple times there he would have just fancied getting back to the table.
Well, his last break was phenomenal. How's this one going to be? Made a ball, 2 balls. This looks good.
Yeah, very, very nice. Again, a bit.
He's going to have to work for his finish a bit.
Yeah, it's a little bit awkward, but he's got straight down on yellows. Taking a yellow to middle while we were just playing that replay.
Well, this yellow must pass into the top left. If it does, he's got an angle there to kick that bad one out.
Yeah.
There you see him looking at the path he wants to track the cue ball.
Yeah, if he gets a full ball contact, he's going to have to land on the yellow he's hitting, because he might not be on anything else.
Very nicely done there.
He'd
have just loved that to stay a little bit nearer that pocket so he could have used it, but...
Oh, what's he on now?
I don't know. This now looks a little bit more of a...
The one by the 8-ball spot. Cut that thin.
I think that's all he's got.
Yeah, there's nothing else there. That just ran an inch too far, didn't it? I mean, an inch less, and he's got that to middle, and these are pretty much a formality. He needs to pull out a big shot now.
And he has done.
Very nice recovery.
Great position as well with the cue ball. That's perfect.
Yeah, that's a top quality recovery.
Plonk this in now. Play the one at the bottom of the table. Come up about 4 or 5 inches. You just drop that into the middle. Black in the other middle. And another breaking out for Bedford.
The wildlife is still congregating around the table. These midges. It might be moths. I mean, if Shane Thompson's out there and he's opened his wallet, it could be moths around the table.
Poor old Shane. Giving him stick.
And that's it. He gives me plenty back.
Well, this black ball for Cole Bedford to bring it back to 3-2. An enthralling match unfolding.
Nice clearance, that.
Yep. Yeah, the Nick Finn fitness plan. We'll do a list for all these players. We'll be following that. We'll do that, they'll have to carry him into the arena.
Jordan Shepherd's just messaged me talking about Shane Thompson, because they've been going to the States recently, haven't they? They got a new nickname for him. Do you know what it is?
Shane Van Moaning. I've heard it, yeah. Was he related to the American 9-ball player, Shane Van Boning? Yeah, I did hear that. It did make me chuckle.
I've not heard that one yet. That's brilliant.
Well, Marc Fleming, he's looking at... If you can cut that over... Well, the plant must be makeable. If you can just... cut it over, but he's bumped the ball out, yeah. I thought he might just play the plant because it was makeable.
Yeah.
But then... kind of, if you look at it, you'd be probably pushing the black ball towards that rail, so...
Yeah, he had a fairly natural angle to come up and knock them out, and you felt that he had to be on something. He needs to be on the one to middle here because he's not on either of these two to bottom left. He's on the one to top left. Yeah, he's fine.
This is all quick fire pull.
Yeah, dot to dot now it should be.
Yeah, it's a match that's been very easy on the eye.
High standard so far for sure.
Absolutely. It's that one break of serve in the first frame, really.
Yep.
That's all that's separating these two players.
It's great from Marc Fleming, though. I mean, just keeping that pressure on Cole Bedford, just saying, I'm going to keep breaking and clearing, so you need to as well. If you don't, I'm going to pounce. And at 4-2, the pressure really is going to mount on Cole in this next frame. You feel he's forced to make the clearance because 5-2 is just a commanding lead in a race to 7. It's that kind of pressure that you need to keep on.
Well, it's been faultless so far for Fleming. And in goes the black ball, and he's now 4-2 up.
Now that middle ball. That ball to the middle doesn't go in this time.
No.
He doesn't get anything off.
And a slow trudge back to the chair. A little less animated than he was against Ronan McCarthy when he had a dry break.
Yeah, it feels like he's just slightly more relaxed. I think he turned up this weekend with the aim of getting to a semi-final, and anything else will be a bonus, which is never the right attitude to have. I mean,
no, do you know what? I was going to mention that as well. But I mean, I remember when he was talking to Simon out there after his win against Ronan, and he did say, you know, I believe I can win it now.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
He did say the goal was to get to a semi.
Yeah.
Do you think he's just sort of relaxed a little bit? Well, he's not relaxed because he took out 2 break finishes, but he doesn't look. He would look really disgruntled earlier if he didn't get a ball off the break, and he doesn't look so.
I think
down on it, if you know what I mean.
The difference for me, Tony, is that he made a quarter before and lost to Hitan Patel in a match that he would have gone into thinking, I've got a good chance here. He came up short, so the next goal for him was to get to another quarter final and get through it. Now he's achieved that goal. Now, you know, it's another stepping stone in the right direction. I mean, if you remember, Luke Gilbert was a similar story, kind of growing into the Pro Series, and you know, he made some deep runs, and then he got that title, lifted the trophy. It's almost like stepping stones.
Yeah.
And Cole, I think in his mind, just maybe feels like he's achieved his goal. Anything else would be a bonus, and it's not the right attitude. But I get it.
Yeah. Just lets himself a little bit short there, Marc Fleming, on this yellow. Shouldn't pose a problem the way he's potting at the moment, but just something to think about. Obviously, want to be a little bit straight. He could just punch that yellow in and come down, but in fact, he probably wanted to come out a bit further and play the one down the bottom.
Yeah, it looks like he's still on the one down the bottom. Actually, he's through the gap, but he played that well. Side on the cue ball, judged it really well. The 2 reds are in the path here, so he just needs to be careful.
This is double breaker serve as well.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we said it just before, didn't we? That, you know, every one that Marc wins, it's more and more pressure on Cole's break. Comes up dry, and then Marc's jumping in. I mean, he doesn't look like missing at the moment.
Nice faultless. I cannot fault Marc Fleming's pool in any way, shape or form. Once again, Fleming clears the table. Well, this break's been crunching through this match.
Yeah, Cole needs something to go wrong here for, needs something to go wrong for Marc Fleming, and it's just not looking like it will be at the moment. That's another massive break. Is he going to make a ball? I mean, it's just going his way, isn't it? One of the last balls moving gets kicked in. That looked like it was going to be dry all the way.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, just watch this. Just watch this. How these balls manage to come together and just give it a nudge.
Cue ball came to give it a helping hand.
Yeah. Just feels like it's his day today.
Hang on a minute, you've picked Scott Gillespie a minute ago.
No, I'm still with
probably
Scott.
Still Stevie Dempsey, and he's out.
I'm still with Scott, but
you're ready to change at any second, is what you're saying.
If Marc keeps playing like this, it's going to be an incredible final, whatever.
Yeah, I think we're in for a treat tonight with the pool, and just a reminder, the second semi-final will be coming straight after this. Scott Gillespie will be taking on Craig Waddingham. Promises to be an absolute belter as well.
Yeah, left this one long. He could have come down and taken it to the middle, but elected to take it long. It's another lovely shot.
It is. It's just so clean. Just smooth.
This is as good as I've ever seen Marc Fleming play.
I mean, I want to just pop this one over the bag and then play the one in the middle and just push that red away out of the path of the other yellow beam. You could take it in the top left. He wanted a bit of a thinner cut here because he could have played the screw and kick the red away and bring the cue ball back for the other one in the middle. He's going to try it anyway.
Just slightly the wrong angle. You might have to come around the houses to land on the 8-ball now.
Well, he has the option. He could play that yellow off the red.
Yeah, could
into
do
the
that.
centre and give himself an angle borrowed off the red.
Yeah,
but
I'm just going to cut it back.
Played with check side a little bit shorter than he liked.
Yeah.
Now then, we're going to see a bit of a test coming, I think.
Yeah, this 8-ball in the second is going to be his biggest test yet.
We might play it off the red now, this yellow, just to hold the cue ball as close as he can to the black. He does. Well, big shot here. This puts him on the hill if he knocks it in. Cole's not really had a chance for a while now.
You fancy him to get it as well, Tony, don't you?
I don't fancy this fella to miss at all at the moment, the way he's playing. Wow, there we are. You heard he's got a few fans in the crowd as Captain Chaos. Cole?
Did not expect that to happen.
And look at the reds. This is massive for Cole Bedford.
Is he coming down the bottom of the table now? Take this ball.
I'm telling you, that black ball, that was nearly the match. You know what I mean? The 6-2 on the hill.
Yeah, absolutely.
To 5-3, and this gives Cole Bedford some heart.
How much is that going to change?
He's thrown him a lifeline.
Did we just see a momentum shift?
Well, there's always a pivotal moment somewhere if there is going to be some sort of comeback, and that's it. Yeah, that's fine. Great shot. Just really drop this in softly. You don't want to pop both in the same shot here unless she's going to drag the cube all the way out. Okay, played to do it anyway.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
I can see why he did that as well, because if you've got the red that's buried in the knuckles, they're harder to get position on the hit, aren't they? So it's a clever shot.
Steadies himself once again. Down he goes for the second time. This black for 5-3. In it goes, and Bedford has dragged it back to within 2. Wonder if the toilet break worked.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's gone out there, come back, wins the frame.
Yeah.
I think you'll start to see the emotion coming now, because all of a sudden he'll feel that he's back in his match. He's gone dry again. Cue ball's not too bad though. That's his only friend out of that lot. Don't think he's left anything particularly easy.
I've got a feeling the red that is in the middle of the table goes to the left centre. If it does, the reds look pretty good. I think it goes through the gap of the 2 yellows.
Yeah, it will do. It will. But it's not mega hard finish, but it is one that's going to need some work. I think he's looking at the yellow.
He is looking at the yellows. Yeah, I mean, the yellows aren't bad either.
They're very similar.
Yeah.
They're a very similar layout.
Yeah.
I think he probably played that way because that's probably an easier pot than cutting the red that you said into that other middle with the cue ball sailing up the table. He wanted to probably keep down here, but work to be done.
They actually link up pretty well as well at the top of the table. Elected to kiss into the red. He's left it off angle. He is through the gap though. He's got the gap between red and yellow for the yellow to top left if he decides to take it. He's not. He's going to try and come back to where he is and refine that gap. He needs that ball to travel.
Wow. Look at that.
I mean,
he can roll this in now and play the one up on that's near the top rail. Come back out and play the other yellow that's just next to the black. If he gets the right angle, he can screw into the black and hold for the other yellow into the centre.
But that last shot, Tony, I think is easy to underplay what we just saw there. I mean, he's come around 2 cushions to find that gap. If he doesn't find the gap, he's on nothing.
No, he's exactly right.
I mean, to come around there that precisely was a fantastic shot.
He needs a little bit of angle here. He needs to punch this out. Wants to come far enough so he can pot that next yellow and screw into the black. He has. That's perfect. But he's got a choice. He could actually run this in and push the red out of the way. It depends how he wants his position on the last yellow to get onto the black. And that's perfect. So just I think he just drop it, can't he? Will he stop the white dead?
I don't think. I think there's just an angle there. Should just be able to. He's playing into it to stun into the red.
Fabulous finish here from Marc Fleming.
That's a dagger for Cole as well.
Considering the black he's missed in the last frame,
yeah.
You know, he's just picked himself straight back up off the floor and carried on where he left off previously, and that's brilliant from Fleming.
Massive bottle.
He's on the hill.
Because he's not playing badly by any stretch of the imagination.
He's boomed his break and got 2 balls.
As the fat lady started singing.
Well, yeah. You can see a yellow and a red at first glance.
She's definitely warming up her tonsils.
And the balls are there for Marc Fleming to get himself into tonight's final.
I think.
Don't forget, we still have our second semi to come. That will be coming right after this. Scott Gillespie versus Craig Waddingham.
Left a nice angle here just to come across.
And obviously tonight will be the final as well, which will obviously follow. It's around sort of 10:15 approximately, I think it's penciled in for tonight.
Yeah, nice angle here to come across and nudge into that red.
I don't know.
I think it may go. I think it just goes. It's just enough.
My initial reaction was that it doesn't, but
I reckon it does.
Yeah, I do as well now.
Body language.
Yeah. Oh, he's been. Well, I'm not going to say he's been fortunate, but
Tiny bit. Because he definitely wasn't looking at it dead at that thing. Well, maybe it doesn't. Maybe he needs to give it another bump.
It goes in the other middle.
Yes, it does.
But I don't think he can get the cue ball over there because the yellow's in the way. So I think he's going to have to give it a little shunt. No, it does go. I mean, he teases all along. Yeah, right. This red screw the cue ball back, and the black in the corner for Marc Fleming to reach the final. And he's going to be there, and this has been an outstanding performance from Marc Fleming.
Yeah,
you have to say it.
Sometimes you just got to take your hat off to somebody, and that's all Cole Bedford can do today. He will not mind losing. He would
just look at the reaction.
Yeah, he would have desperately wanted to win it.
Absolutely.
But when you don't get the chances, then you don't get the chances, and that's fantastic from Marc Fleming.
Well, Marc Fleming is in the final.